did already. Were you not listening to me?
I am going to do the adjournment, so I'm going to be somber now. The meeting I'd like to adjourn in memory of Mary Margaret McDonald, who was affectionately known as Maggie. She was a student in our Community Access Program and a graduate of Mission High School. She passed away on February 15th, a few weeks before her 20th birthday. Maggie, I'm passing around some pictures of Maggie. She was, bar none, one of the most joyful students I have ever met. I remember going to visit Mission High School one day and coming in her classroom, and when I greeted her by name, because I actually had never met her before, but I knew her from her mother's Facebook page, she just was absolutely over the moon that I knew her and just wriggled with joy and refused to pay any more attention to the lesson that her aide was trying to work with her on. She was incredibly social and just a lovely presence. Her mother also wanted me to be sure to mention that she was one of the first children to attend the iTalk class at Francis Scott Key, and her mother found it to be a sad coincidence that we are talking about closing down that class the same time, right around the time of her death. But what I'd like to read to you is an excerpt from the eulogy that her father Steve read at her memorial service. It has to do with her feelings about school, and I think that this is why we do what we do, and I think all of you will enjoy it. As Maggie grew, so did her personality. She may have been small in stature, she may have been quote-unquote nonverbal, but this girl always had something to say. No one brought more energy and enthusiasm to everything she did. This was particularly true when it came to school. Maggie was blessed with the greatest group of teachers, paras, and nurses throughout her school years, and they inspired her with such energy and enthusiasm that she literally could not wait to go to school, just like her brothers. Maggie saw no reason for holiday breaks or summer vacation. Where's Nurse Janice? We have a 4.0 GPA to keep up. Her parents did their best to provide some holiday entertainment and amusements, but compared to her teachers and peers, they were rather boring. You should know that Maggie was secretly lobbying Sacramento to eliminate all school breaks. I can't begin to tell you the amount of joy and enrichment each of you brought to Maggie's life and to ours. You gave Maggie the tools and confidence to let her truly show her personality, her humor, and her intelligence. Maggie was so excited and proud to go through graduation at Mission, and there is nothing more fun than going to prom. This is where I witnessed firsthand how Maggie and her peers really were part of the crew, accepted by all, laughing and dancing to music so loud it literally made my ribcage vibrate. Maggie was a master of living in the moment. She didn't need a Zen garden to help her practice mindfulness. She knew what she liked and she knew what she wanted to do, and she didn't have time for distractions. This was perhaps one of the greatest gifts she gave us. She taught us how to peel back the drab veneer of daily life and focus on what was really important. She didn't care whether you had a bad day at work, where you came from, what kind of car you drove, or whether you had the latest gadget, unless it was a TV. In case you didn't know, Maggie does not like TV. She taught us that life is too short for such nonsense. Let's also not forget Maggie's favorite holiday, which was Halloween. She wasn't in it for the candy. She couldn't even eat it. Halloween was Maggie's Christmas. She started with her Arsenio arm pumping and big grins as soon as we began talking about a costume in early October. I guess this gave her yet another chance to show off, party, and have fun with her families, neighbors, teachers, and friends at school. Maggie's Halloween costumes, which I've passed around pictures, were epic. Her mother is equally to blame for this phenomenon, matter-of-factly announcing that we needed to convert Maggie's chair to a race car. Fortunately, that chair came equipped with a roll bar, a Viking ship, a litter for Queen Cleopatra, an oven, or how about a horse-drawn covered wagon, please? Both Maggie and her mother Sally left it to the R&D department, Dad, to figure out how the thing was supposed to fit in the elevator and on the bus. Maggie was positively giddy with excitement as we assembled these get-ups the week before the holiday, and she had so much fun at school. She was usually pooped out and asleep by the time the trick-or-treating began. I'm so happy we could share in her joyful celebration. The demands of Maggie's care were sometimes daunting and even exhausting, but easily worth the effort. Her smile, her touch, her hugs, her courage, and her sense of humor conveyed such a strong message of love and appreciation, and we couldn't wait to come back for more. Ultimately, I guess that was the most profound lesson Maggie tried to teach us, the power of unconditional love. Her love drew in an ever-widening circle of family and friends everywhere she went, like a giant snowball. She did more in her short time here to expose the meaning of joy of living than anyone we ever knew. On behalf of the district, I want to send our sincere sympathy and best wishes to her family, Sally and Stephen, and her brothers, Edward and Timothy.